The movie starts off with an eerie and chilling look at a dystopian future. A mysterious plague, known as idiopathic adolescent acute neurodegeneration, sweeps across the United States, wiping out nearly 90% of all children. Those who survive, they're changed forever. These kids don't just survive, they emerge with terrifying abilities. The government quickly categorizes them based on their powers: green for those with enhanced intelligence, blue for telekinetics, yellow for those who can manipulate electricity, red for fire manipulators, and orange for those with telepathy and mind control. But the reds and oranges? They're considered far too dangerous to live and are ruthlessly exterminated. Enter Ruby Daly, our main girl. She's an orange, but what's her secret weapon? Her mind. Ruby is smart, dangerously smart. In a heart-pounding moment, Ruby uses her telepathic abilities to manipulate a doctor's thoughts, convincing him she's a green, and therefore not a threat. As a result, she's sent to one of the government's internment camps, a place where the powers that be keep the kids under lock and key. Fast forward 6 years. Ruby has spent those years locked away, in the cruel grasp of this camp, but there's a glimmer of hope. A secret resistance group known as the Children's League is working in the shadows, and they have big plans to get Ruby out. Kate, a sympathetic camp worker, hands Ruby a panic button, warning her that it'll help her escape if she's ever in trouble. Ruby doesn't trust anyone, but the League's offer seems like her only shot at freedom. With nothing but her wits and that panic button, Ruby is soon on the run. She meets up with Suzume aka Zu, a mute girl with the ability to control electricity, and together they find Liam, a charismatic blue who can move objects with his mind, and his clever friend Charles, or Chubbs, who's a green with an intellect that rivals any genius. These three, with Ruby in tow, are headed for something called East River, a rumored sanctuary for kids like them. The only problem? Nobody's quite sure where it is or how to get there. Their journey is anything but easy. In an abandoned mall, they cross paths with another group of survivors who seem to have some knowledge about East River's location. But Ruby's telepathic powers come into play again, subtly extracting the key detail they need: a set of letters, E-D-O. Chubbs, ever the problem solver, cracks the code and realizes it's a radio frequency. A transmission reveals that East River lies in Lake Prince, Virginia, and that's their next destination. But the road is long, and the group's journey takes an unexpected turn when they reveal their next move: a detour to Ruby's childhood home in Salem, Virginia. They hope Ruby will be able to find closure with her parents. It's a bittersweet moment as Ruby approaches the house. She's desperate for a reunion, but when she sees her parents through the glass door, something devastating hits her: she made them forget her. The memories are gone, and she's a stranger to them. Consumed by the heartbreak, Ruby flees, running into Liam, who offers her comfort and understanding. As Ruby and Liam share a moment of emotional vulnerability, their bond grows deeper. It's clear there's chemistry between them, but Ruby is scared that if she lets her guard down, if she lets Liam too close, her powers could hurt him. But despite her fears, their connection deepens. However, just as things seem to be looking up, trouble finds them in the form of Lady Jane, a ruthless leader who's captured Chubbs and Zu. Ruby must summon her full strength to overpower Lady Jane and escape with Liam, ultimately revealing to her friends the true extent of her powers. Yes, Ruby is an orange, and the group now knows what she's capable of. The gang ditches their van after a bit of a miscommunication, and they eventually walk to East River, the place they've all been yearning for. When they finally arrive, it's everything they hoped for, at least, that's what they think. But the truth is far darker than they imagined. At East River, Ruby comes face to face with Slipkid, the leader of the Haven, and discovers that Slipkid is no stranger at all. He's none other than Clancy Gray, the son of the president. Clancy may seem charming at first, but he's far from harmless. He's a manipulative orange, just like Ruby, and he's been using his telepathic powers to control the government. He sees Ruby as an ally in his quest to erase memories and reshape the world to his will. Clancy convinces Ruby to help him figure out how to erase people's memories, something she's wanted to do for herself, to forget the pain of losing her family. But things take a darker turn when Clancy tries to take control of Ruby's mind, attempting to kiss her in a twisted act of dominance. Ruby barely manages to escape his influence. The truth about Clancy is finally revealed. He's a monster, using his powers to manipulate everyone around him, including the government. His plan is to control Ruby, make her forget everything, and force her to join his side. But Ruby is stronger than Clancy realizes. With the help of her friends, she escapes, and Liam leads all of the children from East River to safety, leaving Clancy behind in a dramatic showdown. The battle culminates in a heart-wrenching moment when Ruby faces off with Clancy at the camp. She uses her immense power to destroy everything, but the cost is high. Chubbs is gravely injured in the process. Desperate, Ruby is left with no choice but to use the panic button, summoning the League to help. They take Chubbs to a hospital, and in a heartbreaking twist, Zu is allowed to leave with a family that will protect her. In the final moments, Ruby makes a gut-wrenching decision. Knowing Liam will never leave without her, she kisses him and erases his memories of her. It's a selfless act, one that breaks both of their hearts. Liam leaves the camp, unaware of the girl he loved, and Ruby begins her training in the League, preparing for the battles to come. As the movie closes, we get one last glimpse of Clancy, now in control of the military and the government, plotting his next move. The world is far from safe, and Ruby's journey is just beginning.